The next section that we have is the finances. So in this one, you have the yearly budget, the expenses, income, monthly balance, and the debts. I'm just gonna go through like over all the things real quick, and then I'm gonna try to show you my section or my planner. I think I complete some of the stuff, so then you have a feel of what it looks like. But basically here you have your yearly budget, so you have a list of categories. You can modify them if you want to. You do not have to complete the ones that are not necessary for you. And when you're on the finance page, actually, the yearly budget is also available here. So all you have to do is put the monthly estimate. So let me do a test. Here I pay $220 for auto insurance approximately. And then the reoccurrence is how many times a year this happens. So it happens 12 months a year. And then it's gonna calculate for you the yearly estimate. And then if you wanna put some notes here, feel free to do so. But yeah, you can do that for all the categories. I try to be as broad as possible to help you set up your space nice and easy. Why do we have that? Because it's nice to have an understanding of what we're about to spend. Although I know it's not fun because skating is very expensive, but it's good to know, so then you know how you're gonna manage everything. That is something I have been personally struggling with, so having a tool like that would have been helpful, and having building the habit also would have been very helpful. So it's never too late. This is what I'm doing right now, but yeah, so I'm hoping this will be helpful to many of you. Next thing you have is the expenses. So here you just add your expense right here, and then you choose the category if you have it on by like in your head. Let's say it's entertainment, you have the transaction date, so let's put today. Then you put the amount, let's say 100. I set it up in dollars, but you can change the currency. You just have to click on the numbers here, and then you can choose whichever one you want. If you want to link your receipt, you can take a picture and then add the upload to it. And then if you have some specific notes, you can put them here. You can link each of your expense. You should link each of your expense to a monthly balance. So when you click here, you see it goes from January to December 2023. This one is for January, so you link it. When it's not linked, it's gonna appear on top of your table, and once it's linked, you'll see the month and then the expense. And in that last table with it, which is by provisional budget, basically you have to link the provisional budget the expense that goes with the provisional budget. So this one, we said it's entertainment. So let's do this, and then it will appear down there. Why it is important to link each of the related monthly balance, and if it's linked to an event, you can do so. That will help you track by event. But it is very important to enter the monthly balance as well as the provisional budget, because after it's going to calculate things and help you keep an eye on the progress of everything. The income, basically the same thing. You add your income, you can relate the balance to it, the category, the transaction date. The category is income, transaction date, the source, the amount, the pay stub if you have it, if you want to keep track of it, and then you will see in the database by monthly balance. Next thing we have are the monthly balance. So here you can see whenever you're going to link all of your incomes and expenses, they're going to appear on your monthly balance sheet. And then you'll have the amounts that are spent and gained, and then the balance. So for example, in January, I spent more than I earned, so my balance is minus 100. So this gives you, an overview of how you're doing with your expenses. Here is an analysis, so it gives you the average spent, and then the minimum and the maximum spent for each month. And then at the end, you have your current balance with a little message. So if you are over, like in negative, it will tell you. If you're in the good, it will tell you. So yeah, those are nice ways for you to keep track of whatever you're doing with your finances. And then the last thing we have is the debts section. If you want to keep track of the reimbursement of your debts, you can enter them here and then link every payment that you're going to make towards that debt. So then you'll know the progress that you're making, if you're almost done paying the debt, if you still have some work to do, all of that. So just, to keep you accountable and for you to have an eye on actually how you're spending your money and if you're doing justice to your debts and if you're reducing the debt. So basically those are all the sections you're going to find in the finances.